Epic conversation. Red Pill Bible study. What's happening? Exodus chapter 14. Exodus chapter 16. That's what we picking up today. If you've been rocking with me all this time, we've been going through this book, and it's been revealed to me that the being that's called the Lord in this book is Satan. And the purpose of the Bible is to reveal him to you, so you know who he is, how he worked, and the people that he worked through. The reason this sounds so crazy to you is because you got given this information, the Bible, out of order. Most of you were given this book through what's called the gospel. The Bible doesn't start there. The Bible starts in the book of Genesis. So what we've been doing is going through this book in order, teaching you this book and what it means and breaking it down, but also even getting into a little bit of the esoteric, deeper, hidden meaning that's within this book. The Bible is true. The contention is not that the Bible is a lie. The contention is that the being that you are being warned against in this book, you got tricked into worshiping. And the way that you got tricked into worshiping Satan is by giving information backwards, out of order. There's everything, order is divine. That's why the universe and everything around us operates in some kind of order. It's precise and it's divine and it's awesome and it's wonderful. And so are you. And so is information. And everything consists of information. Everything is made literally of light. And so with that understanding, when you receive information backwards or out of order, the result is your understanding being out of order. And so, hey, let me get right to it. It's raining real hard. I don't know how this rain gonna affect this video, but I just came out here. I wasn't even planning to do it this morning, but I looked up and seen my book sitting right here, and I'm just sitting here like a bump on a pickle with nothing to do in this rain and this cold, so I might as well put some work in while it's good. So let's go. Get your book, get your Bible. And we finna go through this book. Bear with this reading. I'm finna read to you a little bit of Exodus chapter 16. And we just gonna dig into it and let the information speak for itself. The whole Israelite community, let me catch you up right quick. So we done got down to Moses. And Moses came, the children of Israel ended up being held captive in Egypt. We done broke down the other meanings of these places and these names. And so Moses then came and freed the people. They went through the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds. And this is also a retelling of the creation narrative with the water and the water being split and the people coming through on dry land. All of these are pointing you back to the creation narrative. Okay, so they go through that. Pharaoh's army get drowned when the water come back. And now the children of Israel are in the desert in between Egypt and Canaan, Canaan's land. Canaan's land is the promised land. They're going to Canaan's land because the Lord told them he was giving them Canaan's land. But they not going directly there. They're going around in the desert first for a little while, and we're going to see why in a little bit. But let me read. The whole Israelite community set out from Elim and came to the desert of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai. No, that is not a coincidence. On the 15th day of the second month after they had come out of Egypt, because the first day of the first month is when they sacrificed the lamb and smeared the blood over their doorposts. This was called Passover, and that was to be how they start their year, the Israelites, to commemorate them coming out of Egypt. In the desert, the whole community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The Israelites said to them, "If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. There we sat around pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted. But you have brought us into this desert to starve this entire assembly to death." Then the Lord said to Moses, "I will rain down bread from heaven for you." The people are to go out each day and gather enough for that day. In this way, I will test them and see whether they will follow my instructions. Pause. It's a scripture somewhere that say God don't test people. We get tested when we turn away from the light of the Most High. His light is there and available for you. And if you choose not to walk in it, close your eyes to it, turn away from it, what you are tempted by is you're turning away. But here we got the Lord, and he's telling Moses that this is a way that he's going to test the people to see if they're going to follow his instructions. Later on, we're going to see the Lord give the children of Israel the reason for following them, that they should worship him as their God, is because he led them out of Egypt. The reason, let me just keep reading. Then the Lord said to Moses, I will rain down bread. On the 6th day, they are to prepare what they bring in, and that is to be twice as much as they gather on the other days. So he gonna rain down this bread from heaven, and each day of the week, they're gonna go out and get enough for the day. But on the 6th day, they're gonna get enough for 2 days, so that on the 7th day, they don't do nothing. They're gonna honor the Sabbath day, the 7th day, a day of rest. So Moses and Aaron said to all the Israelites, in the evening you will know that it was the Lord who brought you out of Egypt. And in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard your grumbling against him. Who are we that you should grumble against us? Moses also said, you will know that it was the Lord when he gives you meat to eat in the evening and all the bread you want in the morning, because he has heard your grumbling against him. Who are we? You are not grumbling against us, but against the Lord. Then Moses told Aaron, say to the entire Israelite community, come before the Lord, for he has heard your grumbling. While Aaron was speaking to the whole Israelite community, they looked toward the desert, and there was the glory of the Lord appearing in the cloud. The Lord said to Moses, I have heard the grumbling of the Israelites. Tell them at twilight you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be filled with bread. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. That evening quail came and covered the camp, and in the morning there was a layer of dew around the camp. When the dew was gone, thin flakes like frost on the ground appeared on the desert floor. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, what is it? For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, it is the bread of the Lord he has given you to eat. This is what the Lord has commanded. Each one is to gather as much as he needs. Take an omer for each person you have in your tent. An omer is some type of measurement. I don't know the exact amount though. Each one gathered as much as they needed. The Israelite did as they were told. Some gathered much, some little. And when they measured it by the omer he who gathered much did not have too much, and he who gathered little did not have too little. Each one gathered as much as he needed. Then Moses said to them, no one is to keep any of it until morning. However, some of them paid no attention to Moses. They kept part of it until morning, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. Let me pause. Y'all know I don't like doing this reading, right? It's tedious to me, but it's necessary. But I came across something here when they saw the glory of the Lord, remember, in the cloud. Remember we shot 2 Revelations. The reason he keeps these signs, the Lord is giving them different signs and wonders as evidence or reason that they should worship him. The difference between how he's operating and how the Most High operate. One, again, I got to point out that the Most High said he was finished with all his work. All his work of creation, he said he was done. I'm not making nothing new. This is a new creation. This is something that didn't exist before. It's still some work going on. So either I don't know what finished means, or these are two different beings, because the Lord is still at work. And the prophecy holds true about him. Satan presenting himself as an angel of light. Satan being very busy. Satan being wanting to be worshipped in the place of God. And here he is giving them, here go, I'm going to give you another, okay, I'm going to do another trick for you. I'm going to do another trick for you. Look at me. I'm the one that, you seen all the stuff I did to the Egyptians to get you out of there. All right, you hungry? I got something for you to eat. I'm going to rain down some bread out of heaven in the desert. Look like he making it up as he goes along. But when we understand the work of the Most High, the reason we have the reason that we have to worship the Most High is in the mirror. Yeah, you. Creation itself is the reason that we have for the worship of the Most High. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? It's a big difference between these two beings, y'all, and you cannot deny it. And if you read it in order and just pay attention to what the purpose of the information, you didn't need this book to show you who God was. Reality itself, you exist, pointing to you who God is, the Most High God. Everything points back to the Most High God. You would ask and wonder about the Most High God if this book didn't exist. No, baby. This book exists to point out to you who the adversary is and to reveal to you the son of perdition. Uh-oh. Because it's going to go down once he's revealed. Once you figure out who Satan is, and once you figure out who the Antichrist is, you're going to get it. And with that being spoken, let me go ahead and get to this other thing, and that's the name, Jesus. It's translated from the Hebrew, Yeshua. Yeshua, properly transliterated in the English, is Joshua. You got to ask them why they didn't translate it from Hebrew to English. Why they took you and threw that Greek in there on you. Who they trying to get you to call on. And then when you break down Joshua and then you look in the book of Revelation, you see the connection why the robe is dipped in blood. Because Joshua finna get real bloody, baby. Oh yeah, Joshua is finna run around this desert and slaughter everybody they come across. Man, woman, and child. That's Jesus. Yeshua translated Joshua. And so then you understand why the robe is dipped in blood, and you understand the time of great woe upon the earth from the perspective of these people, because they are being wiped out. Man, woman, and child. By Joshua, Yeshua, and his tribe. But yeah, let me not get too far. So here he is, he done gave them this bread to eat, the manna from heaven. I gotta get into my concordance and look up that Hebrew meaning for the word manna. And we're gonna get off into that some more. Because you know the desert of sin have a deeper meaning. You know that, right? Because that's where they are. That's where they are, and they dealing with this being, the Lord, in the desert of sin, y'all. Who I'm telling you this being is. Excuse me. Who is this book showing you this being is? He's in the cloud. He in the pillar of the cloud. They saw his glory manifested in the cloud. The glory of the Most High is manifested. You looking at it. Go look at yourself in the mirror. Go look. You ain't look at yourself. You looking at the glory of the Most High. So the difference is the Lord wants you to look outside of yourself. And you gotta, because he appears and his glory appears outside of you. The Most High, the glory of the Most High is recognized from within you. It's not a parlor trick. It's not a show. It's not an outward demonstration. It's an inward demonstration when you deal with the Most High. It's real simple. The point is to recognize who and what you are and the power. The Elohim, God, mean power, the power within you. And understand why you were taught, why so much emphasis has been put on getting you to look outside of yourself for your teaching, your education, your salvation, your savior. Edus, bring out what's within. Education. But you were taught not to trust your inner self and that inner voice. You were taught to doubt it. You will know something is wrong and still go along with it. You'll doubt what's good and go along what you don't vibe with. Because you was taught not to trust yourself. You was taught they got to know better than me, even though it don't feel right to me. They got more money than me. They got to know better than me. They got more influence than me. They must know something I don't. You've been taught all your life. Look if the kingdom of heaven is within you, ain't nothing coming out the sky. It's coming out of heaven. What you looking for to come out the sky? If it's coming out of heaven and you understand the kingdom is within you, so is the king. What you looking for, or who are you looking for to come out the sky? And if they come out the sky, they ain't coming out of heaven, are they? Hey, I'm just making it plain for you. I'm not here to entertain you. Listen, I'm not here to entertain nobody. So that's why the tree of life, it wasn't, the tree of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, and it was, it looked good to him, but the tree of life is just a plain giant tree. And it's not for entertainment. The Most High don't need parlor tricks. You exist. You are the miracle. Reality, nature itself. That's the reason that you have to give praise to the Most High. But this light, the adversary presents himself as an angel of light. It's a false light because it appears outside of you. The true light is you lit. I'm lit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm lit. I'm lit from within. I'm lit. And that light, I give thanks for the light that's within me. Oh yeah, it's real. And that's that understanding. That's that wisdom. And then you go into your imagination and you go to creating and plotting and planning on your next move, worshiping, being like the Most High. It ain't got nothing to do with you worshiping this imitation. Most High ain't on his knees doing nothing. All right. So if it's plain, why is it so hard for the people to see it? I think a lot of people do see it. They understand it as an allegory, but it's a lot of energy being put into making was meant to be an allegory, a vehicle used to teach something. They've personified it and put the emphasis on the person. That the praise should be for the person that came and not the message that came. The words are spirit. The message is messenger. When God speaks, it's a message, and there's a messenger to carry the message. The message is what's important, not the messenger. The spirit. So yeah, I just want to make a quick one. This ain't that long, and it ain't gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't like this. Exodus is great. Exodus is awesome. I'm a vibe with myself, and I'm gonna get into the mode to really get into delivering this message through the reading and get myself in the mode to go ahead and sit down and read it and just be patient with it. Cause Exodus, especially where we are in Exodus, is full of so much that I don't want to rush through it. I want to take my time and dig into what's being revealed in the book of Exodus in this part. So on my next one, Most High willing, we're going to continue. We're going to finish with Exodus 16. We're going to get to 17 and Jethro. I got some homework I got to do. I got to go on and look up. I'm going to have the meaning of these names for y'all. I want to give y'all the meaning of these names so that we can get into the deeper meaning, the deeper message. Because the surface is getting you the point, is point out. Look at the glory in the cloud, the glory of the Lord that was in the cloud. And look at the reasons I give for you to worship me. I'm going to make it rain manna from heaven. I'm going to send some quail in. But when you understand the Hebrew meaning in English of the names in these places, then you can apply it internally and see the message that the Most High is saying to you specifically in our journey here and in our battle with this mighty angel that's trying to deceive us with a strong delusion. Trying to deceive us with the signs that he would almost the elect. He would almost deceive the elect with the signs that he brought. But our faith and our trust and our love and our appreciation is for the Most High God. We ain't need all them parlor tricks. Creation itself was enough for us. The fact that we exist alone is enough for us, and your existence and your journey here and the way that you were brought here. This is your story. You being conceived and brought forth in your journey from ignorance into the light. This is your story. But that's why they got what they call the occult and the secret meaning. And it was kept the deeper meaning was kept a secret because it was being persecuted. The deeper understanding of how this applies to each and every human being, they had an agenda was being pushed to deify Jesus, to make Jesus God and have him worship. And so any other doctrine, teachings, writings, understanding outside of that was suppressed, oppressed. And so it had to be taught in secret and through symbols. The deeper meaning was only for the select few. But the time for the mystery is over. Yeah, we in the information age. Time for the mystery is over. So after we dig in through Exodus and then we get into Joshua, Jesus, like this is the real Yeshua, Jesus. Joshua is really Jesus. Like the name translated, if they had really translated, ask your pastor, ask your preacher, your deacon, any teacher, and they would tell you, yeah, what the name that Jesus is translated from, if transliterated directly from Hebrew to English, is Joshua. But they didn't want to, they had to present, in the process of trying to deify Jesus, they couldn't have another Jesus that came before time, especially with what you're going to see this first Jesus, Joshua, had going on. But you're going to get it. When we get to it, Most High willing, we're going to get to it, and it's more and more it's going to be revealed to you. Hey, take your time with it, search it. I'm not trying to knock your belief or your religion. I'm just giving you the truth. I ain't gonna say I'm just giving you the truth. I am giving you the truth, and that is what it is. You can accept it. It's not my interpretation. It's not my understanding. But that's going to be validated and confirmed when you do the research and your eyes open. And we end up with the same message. Then you see how how that one spirit speak through many people. And it's going to come like bam, bam, bam. Just get ready for the ride. If you ain't went on this ride yet, get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. It's gonna get good. You're a miracle. You really are a miracle. You got the Most High in you. You got his temple sitting on your shoulders. I'm going to go on and end this. This is Red Pill Bible Study. Epic conversation. Shout out to Avery Cook, the first and the third. Peace.